Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today we're going to be talking about meal planning. My very first video on YouTube was about meal planning. You only saw my hands and I was very nervous. I was freaking out because I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing a video? Do I really know more than other people or what? No, I don't know more than other people, but I do have a different system. So, now almost 3 years into it, and I don't think I'm going to do any kind of special video for my 3-year anniversary for YouTube, but almost 3 years into it, I'm much more comfortable with the camera. I'm much more comfortable talking to you guys, and I think because I have developed a relationship with some of you, now it's more like I know that I'm talking to one of my friends. It's like that. I heard about this app. I don't have it, but I've heard about this app, Marco Polo. I think that's what it's called, where you like record a video and then your friend sees it later, and then she or he or whatever records a video and then you see it later. You know, that type of thing. This is kind of like Marco Polo YouTube style. Because some of you guys will talk to me in the comments and I love it. So, we're going to talk about meal planning. I'm going to talk about what I've learned from my October monthly meal planning that I had not done in a very long time. But before I get to that, I want to talk about different ways I have meal planned. One, I have done zero meal planning, fly by the seat of my pants, hated every second of it, and wanted to scream because all I heard is, what are we eating tonight? What are we eating tonight? What are we eating tonight? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? You know, that type of situation. I don't ever want that again. Never. I have done weekly meal planning, which was fine, but it's like every single week you have to do the same thing, and you have to go to the grocery store most of the time every week. I don't want to go to the store that much. I've done bi-weekly meal planning, which is a little better, but I still don't want to go to the grocery store to buy that much that often. And I mean, it was fine. It was much better than fly by the seat of your pants and weekly. Much better. My favorite by far is the monthly meal planning, and I will tell you why that it's my favorite. And just a little bit more about it, I think, toward the end. Hopefully I won't forget, because like I said before, I don't like to be scripted. I mean, yes, I take notes, but I don't, like, write a script out of what I want to say to you guys. That's why it's always mumble jumble, crazy wazy. So, I'm going to tell you how that I do the meal planning and things I learned from October's meal planning. The first thing I do, which I'm going to show you November, but the first thing I do is I take, and sometimes I print off a little calendar like this. Sometimes I just use a little calendar that I already have, or sometimes I just write out 1 through whatever, how many days are in the month. 30, 31, or 28 for February. So I just write it out. What we want for dinner. Now, I don't plan breakfast and lunch on here. The reason why is because usually, like right now, I'm the only one out of bed other than my husband. My husband's at work. My son worked super late last night, so he's still in bed this morning, and my daughter's still in bed this morning. So for breakfast, which I haven't eaten yet because I haven't taken enough time between medicine and food time, because I have to have an empty stomach, which is a totally different situation. But anyway, if I want breakfast, I'll be eating alone. And then Noah will get up and he'll eat leftovers. And then Selena will get up or whatever. You know, we don't normally eat breakfast on a day-to-day basis together. Same with lunch. So we eat one main meal, which actually is according to my husband's schedule. We may be eating lunch together. It may be dinner together. It's according to what shift he's working. So, and also sometimes it's according to my son's shift. So, but either way, it'll be lunch or dinner, and it'll be the same meal. So, I print off or write down or whatever a sheet with the number of days we need. We look in our freezer, and I figure out, okay, well, you may not be able to see this stuff, plus I wrote in pencil. I write down which I wish that I had not marked this off, but I marked down what we still have in the freezer. Okay, and then I think about, okay, these are the meals that you guys we really liked for October. So November, we want those in November. We need them in November because we have to have them in November. In other words, just meals people request in my family. So then I go back down and I write down the meats that we need. Because most of the time I buy my meats from Sam's, and they're normally the same price. Most of the time. This month for November, if you watched my grocery haul yesterday, you saw that I got them all from Winn-Dixie and Aldi, which was strange for me. Okay, so I write down the meats. And then, yes, I get another piece of paper, which I should have wrote it. No, I wrote something else on the back. I'll tell you about that in a moment. I wrote down everything we needed. Okay, and yes, this looks like a waste of paper and stuff, but if I don't do it this way, I won't do very well. So I write down first the meats, like any sausage, roast, whatever. Okay, my battery's dying. Let me swap that out. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? You didn't notice I was gone, really, probably. If I edited properly, you didn't even know. No, you did know because I said it. Let's just quit being goofy. I'm in a goofy mood, y'all. So, you know, deal with the crazy hair and the goofy lady. I don't know. And the funny shirt. It's just so funny. It's old, but it's funny. I write down everything that we need for the meals that we've chosen. Did I say that I chose the meals? No, I didn't. Skip this part. Let's go back to that part. Oh, boy. I write down everything that we have in stock in our pantry and refrigerator and freezer. And then I write down the meals that we would like to have. And then me and my family go through. Now we're back on track. And we look at this trusty book, which I put together. It's beautiful. No, I didn't. It's just a notebook or a binder. And we look through and we go and we're like, oh, I like to eat that. Oh, let's have that. Or, oh, let's do this. Or, oh, this sounds good. Or, that's cheap. Let's do that one. Or, you know, it's kind of like that type of situation. We look through this book for recipes. We also look through our minds. Not really. But we think about things that we don't have to have recipes for, like spaghetti. Or something that I made up. Actually, there are actually recipes in here. Like this one. Oh, we should have had that. That's not on the menu this time. We should have had that. I'll put it in for December maybe. Anyway, there are different recipes in here that I made up. There are recipes. See, this one is where I got it from. Simply Finley. Check her out on YouTube. Find her. I'll try to remember to put her link down below. Anyway, or I'll put like things that I changed. Little notes that I need to do, like use parchment paper. And this one, whenever I have it, what I do differently. And let's see, there was some recipes that I made up myself that I have had for a billion years. I always exaggerate the time. This, like this. This is older than my children, and my son is 21. At least some of it is. Not all of it. But yeah. Anyway, we go to the trusty recipe books. Not only this one, I have more. And we figure out what we want to put on the menu. Okay, after we have the menu settled of what everybody wants, and we have each week kind of spread out so that everybody's got a happy meal in the week. Everybody has something they want, or multiple people eat, they like the same. We all eat it. Well, my daughter, she's so picky, but she can't help it. I used to be super picky too. But anyway, after we have all of this settled, we know this is what we want to eat. Then we go and we look at the things needed. We figure out what we need for what meal. And after we have, like, this is the types of meat we need, we go and we make our grocery list, our master grocery list, and we put on there everything that we need, down to the kitty cat's food. Everything. For the household, for food, whatever. It's on this list. Okay, after we make that list, I break it down even further into store categories. And yes, this is my list that I used. Please ignore all the crossing out and the blah, blah, blah. It's a mess. You can't read that. It looks like a wreck. But this is what I take to the grocery store. I used to take my little menu planner that I lost, and I have not started taking my other planner yet, because honestly, I didn't have enough space to write on that one. There wasn't enough room to write all of this. So I gotta do some figuring out there. Anyway, I write down everything into different stores like Aldi, Sam's, Costco, Winn-Dixie, and this is my, I don't know where we're going to get it from, but we're going to get it. That section there. Now, there were a few things, if you looked at my grocery haul yesterday, that you know we couldn't get, which we swapped up how we were going to do it, which worked out just fine. We saved some money. After all of that is done, we bring it home, and I figure out, okay, we know we're having chicken tacos. We know we're having Mongolian beef. We know we're having pork chops. We're having pork kebabs. We have chicken breast, full chicken breast, bone in. We have roast. We have pork loin. We need to turn those things into the things we need. We are blessed to have my husband who knows how to cut meat. If you don't know how to cut meat, you'll have to buy the specific types of things instead of buying the big piece of meat and cutting it yourself. And you'll have to skip this step because it won't even matter to you, because it just be like, I can't do that. Okay, so we know we're eating chicken tacos. So that chicken breast, we know that it's going to be deboned, and I'm going to leave it whole. Just debone it, leave it whole, put it in a bag, chicken tacos, throw it in the freezer, and it'll be ready for me whenever I'm ready to put it in the crock pot. Or actually marinate it and then stick it in the crock pot. Or I may go ahead and marinate it before sometimes. It's according to what the meal is. Some things, if you marinate it and freeze it, it gets a little too much. Like, it's just too much. You can't taste the actual meat, and I like to taste the actual meat. But anyway, it's just too much like herbs. And I love herbs, but I don't want to only taste herbs. I want to taste the meat too. Or I'm just going to eat some parsley. And then the beef. We know we want strips, like for the Mongolian beef, that's what I call it. We want some beef tips, and we want some steaks. Now, here's the thing. This month, because Winn-Dixie was having a sale. It was buy one get one free. That was the best way to get roast for us, because we were gonna buy it at Aldi, but Aldi was completely out, and I didn't want to go back. So I said, okay, we'll just get it from Winn-Dixie. It's a little bit more, but we'll just get it from there. So we did, and the reason why we decided to go ahead and pay that little bit more is because it would have cost more for me to go out just to buy the roast at Aldi, to go back to that store, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes, why it would have cost me more to go back. But anyway, because of that, and because steaks is not on the November meal plan, we have steaks for next month. Because we have 2 roasts, we were only going to purchase 1. We only needed 1, but it was the same price to buy the 2. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have extra meat. So for that, we'll have steaks in December. Normally on Christmas Day, we eat steaks. So our Christmas meal will be already purchased. Unless we decide to have those steaks just some other time before our December meal plan is made. Okay, we know with the pork loin, we know we want pork chops, we know we want some kebabs, and we know that we want to cut some of it, just leave it whole, so, or leave it like a big chunk, so we can have barbecue pork. So we know how we want to cut the meat. All of this is just to say, this is what we do to cut. We figure out how many meals we need for each type of meat, and then we cut it up. Okay? After we cut it up, and after we decide, okay, we're going to go ahead and season it and throw it in, or we're going to go ahead and just throw it in the freezer, whatever we decide we're going to do, we mark what it is with a Sharpie, and then we put it in the freezer. That is our meal prep. After all that's done and we get the kitchen clean, we wash all the veggies. We, if we need to, or can, I should say, if we can, go ahead and cut up things like onions, peppers, lettuce. We go ahead and cut that up. That way, for that time, we have it. Sometimes I go ahead and I cut up the onions and peppers and throw it in with the meat that it's going to need to be with. Sometimes I just I just cut up the onions and throw them in the freezer in a little quart bag or a bowl. Usually I try to use a bowl because I don't want to use something that I have to just throw away. And then I can pull out however much I need, because onions, whenever you freeze them, they don't chunk together. They're easy to get apart. So you can go and you can grab you a handful and throw it in a pan, and yummy, you got some food. It's delicious. Saute some onions with anything other than sweet stuff. But it may be good with sweet stuff. I don't know. I've never tried it. But anyway, you got some good food. Onions are the best. So, like I said, goofy mood. So anyways, we prep everything. And then, yes, this takes time. This whole process of shopping, making the menu, making the grocery list, all of that, it takes about 6 hours. And then about 8, about 2 more hours of the meal prep. So 8 hours at the end of October means all of November, I don't have to think about dinner. It's ready to go. I just take it out of the freezer, put it in the refrigerator to thaw if it's needing to be thawed, and I'm ready to go all month. I don't have to think about it at all. About midway of the month, I will have to go back and get milk, bread, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, those types of things. But I don't have to think about every week, what are we going to eat? Or every day, what are we going to eat today? What do y'all want? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. And it's frustrating and it's crazy and it's, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So we just go ahead and prep, plan, get your stuff done so you don't have to think about it. Now, I used to do the monthly a long time back, and I had gotten away from it because schedules changed. My son got a job, my daughter got a job, and blah, 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 blah. Which my daughter's not working now, but that's not the point. Well, I had forgotten a lot of things during the time that I was only doing bi-weekly and weekly meal prep. And one week, we didn't do any kind of meal planning, and it drove me crazy. I was so bad that week. Seriously, it stresses me out. And I'm like, just get whatever you want. Just eat whatever you want. I don't care anymore. Plus, it was like, I don't have anything thought out. We've got to eat sandwiches. You know, it was like crazy. I don't want to always meal plan. If you don't take anything else from this crazy video, always meal plan. Things I learned that I had forgotten through October. I meal planned. I did all the things. I did all of the things that I just told you about. Except I didn't plan enough. I didn't have enough vegetables, whether it was canned, fresh, frozen, whatever. I did not have enough vegetables in my house for the meals that we had planned. So, since I didn't have enough vegetables, I had to go back to the store. And there was every week, oh, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that for that meal. Or, oh no, I gotta go back to the stupid store. I don't want to go back. Every week I had to go back to the grocery store of October. Except the last one. And that was, no. That's this week. Last week I did not have to go. This week I didn't have to go for October, but I went for November. Whoops. Anyway, I did not have enough vegetables or fruit. I went and bought apples. That's why I didn't have very many fruits on the November grocery haul. So, for November, I planned more. So, do that. Another thing I did is I bought too much milk one week. I already had almost a whole gallon, and I bought 2 more gallons. Okay. Now, no milk ruined. All the milk was still good. But, because I had 3-gallon jugs of milk in the freezer, refrigerator, so sorry, we didn't put it in the freezer. I could have put it in the freezer. I should have put it in the freezer. Anyway, because I had 3 gallons of milk in the refrigerator, it took up space. It was taking up my real estate. I needed my space back. And it was ridiculous. Plus, by the time we got to the 3rd gallon, and I am lactose intolerant. I'm not tolerant to it. It hurts my belly. Anyway, by the time we got to that 3rd gallon, I was so stressed that it was going to ruin. I was sniffing it before anybody could drink it. I'm like, let me smell that. And it was crazy. Not again. I did not do it again. And this time I only bought 1 gallon. But for November, which actually it was for October, the last week in October. But, yeah, we need more milk already. Somebody went crazy with the milk. I don't know. Anyway, so, don't buy too much and don't buy too little. You got to kind of think about what you're going to need. And then, also, I did not buy any kind of one-person meals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't buy anything that was going to be just for me when I'm by myself, but I don't want to eat a sandwich, which I don't eat many sandwiches. I might eat 1 a month, if that. So, I didn't buy anything that I could fix quickly for myself for, like, breakfast and stuff. So, and I love oatmeal, but it gets old, like, eating it every single day. For me, it does. And I don't eat cereal. I can't have milk. So, anyway, I think I covered most everything. But what I love about meal planning is for an entire month, after 8 to 10 hours of prep and purchase and thinking, after 8 to 10 hours, sometimes not that long, and hopefully once I get this all back down to where it's a science again, because it didn't used to take me that long. And honestly, it took longer grocery shopping this time because it was storming, and that was not in the plan. But we were like, okay, we're already doing it, so we gotta do it. We were already in the middle of it when it started storming. Anyway, maybe by the time that, next month, maybe it won't take 8 to 10 hours. Maybe it'll take 6 to 8 hours. Or, maybe it won't take so long. And I don't do the grocery shopping and the meal prep in the same day. I don't do the menu plan and the grocery, okay, let me break it down like this. It takes 3 days, pretty much. I do the meal plan and the grocery list. 1 day. I sit down with my family, we do the meal plan and grocery list. The next time we do anything, we go do the grocery shopping. We don't do anything but the grocery shopping. And then the next time is the prep. I don't do it all in 1 day. It will drive you crazy. It will make you exhausted. Do not do that to yourself unless you get up super early in the morning, you super caffeinate, which would do no good for me, because even though I'm drinking coffee, it does nothing for my get up and go. I like the taste of it. But anyway, you'd have to do take you a lot of B vitamins to get all of it in 1 day, or you're going to go to bed that night so exhausted and you're going to hate meal planning. So don't do it all in 1 day. Do not plan, purchase, and prep all in 1 day. The 3 P's. Plan, purchase, prep. Don't do it all in 1 day. It will drive you crazy. So, yeah, just wanted to say that. I don't even know what else I was talking about, but blah, 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 blah. But what I was going to say is about the things that I love about meal planning is after 8 to 10 hours of all that work, it's a lot of work. The whole month, I don't have to think about it. Nobody asks what's for dinner. They just go look at the little calendar. They just say, hey, Mama, where's it at? Or, I'll write it down on the refrigerator or something. They don't ask me, what's for dinner? Hey, what are we eating tonight? I don't have to be asked. You know what a relief that is? To not be asked by 3 other people, what are we eating tonight? And also, if there's a meal plan, sometimes, which I don't mind cooking for every meal because I love to cook. The cooking doesn't bother me. It's all the rest that bothers me. But sometimes somebody else will cook. And I'm like, oh boy, damn. But, I love to cook, so it doesn't bother me. I love to cook with my husband and children, too. And a lot of times we'll all 4 be in my tiny kitchen. I don't know how we do the dance, but we get in there and we do the things, and we're always like in rhythm, and sometimes we bump each other and we laugh about it. But as long as we don't hurt each other, we're good. Which hasn't happened much. I mean, we have stepped on each other's toes sometimes, but we still laugh most of the time. But anyway, I love not having to think about it for a month. I love not having to worry about going to the store. I don't like shopping. I don't like it. So anyway, that is my whole thing about meal prep, meal plan, meal menu planning. I mean, people do it for restaurants all the time. Why can't we do it for our home? Why can't we already have everything we need ready? I mean, I used to work at a restaurant, and actually I've worked it too, but in the morning when we first got there, before any customer was ready to come in, before time for that place to open the doors, we were prepping. We were getting all the vegetables ready for the salad bar. We were getting it was making all the dough. I worked at Pizza Hut. All the stuff. We were prepping every day. So make your life easier and prep too. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I can devote 8 to 10 hours to this in 3 days. You may not be able to do that because you may be working outside the home, part-time or full-time. You may be working in your home, full-time or part-time. You may be volunteering a lot. You may have little tiny babies that you can't devote as much time. You may have all kinds of reasons why you can't do it the same way. But no matter what, figure out a system for meal prepping, meal planning that works for you. That way, when mama gets home, or even if you're not a mom, even if you're a single man or lady, you can still do this stuff and make your life easier. And now, I have not done this because I've never done any of those subscription services for meals or whatever. But you could throw in this, what is it, Home Chef, or Every Plate, I don't know. There's a lot of different meal services you could do. Throw in something like that if you want to. My son works at Publix. They have this little thing where that they put all the meal together. All you got to do is buy the little bag. You order it. Get your little meals all in one bag. There you go. Yum, yum. Cook it up. Have a home-cooked meal. You can do meal services and stuff like that. Actually, for October, we penciled in to eat out one time. We didn't do that for November. We need to do that for November. But anyway, put in there that you're going to eat out. Put in there that you're going to have sandwiches. Put in there that you're going to have a grilled cheese and soup. Just whatever you need to do to get your meal plan done to make life easier on you. That is the whole purpose of all of this. It's not to make you, tired of food. It's not to make you tired of dealing with it. Is to help you. The thing is, whenever you meal plan, you make better choices. You're not going to just go grab a burger, or you're not just going to go to KFC or whatever. You're not going to go spend extra money. It saves a lot of money. You're not going to just eat something like a bowl of cereal for dinner, which is not good for you. You have more healthy, well-balanced meals. You'll have more time with your family. It's just a lot of good in meal planning. And like I was trying to say, but I just totally started rambling about other things, which is what I always do, and I'm doing right now. If you can't devote the 8 to 10 hours or 6 to 8 hours or however long it takes you, you may be able to go to one store and get everything. I just don't, because I know I can get things cheaper at other places. You may go to one store, get everything, and it does not take you as long as it does me. Or you may not be shopping for 4 people. You may not be shopping but for 1 or 2. But if you don't have the time to devote like I do, you could break it down into smaller increments of time for your planning, for your menu plan, for your grocery plan, list plan, that stuff. And then you could do the grocery shop and the meal prep. Or you may not even have to do the meal prep. If you choose, which this is more expensive, instead of doing like I do and cutting up your own meat, you may choose to just go ahead and buy the already cut up stuff. Or instead of cutting up your own fruits and vegetables, you might buy the stuff that's already cut up. Whatever you need to do to make it easier on you, if you can afford it, do it. Because the way I feel about it is buying a bag of lettuce instead of buying a head of lettuce is better than letting that head of lettuce sit in the refrigerator and waste. Because if it's already cut up, you're going to grab it and you're going to use it. Don't do anything that's going to stress you out more. This is to help you, not stress you. This whole video is probably stressing you, though, because I'm all over the place. But, I don't know. I'm just trying to say, do it to help you, and if you find that it's making your mind like, nope, can't do it, then don't do it. Just don't. But I'm gonna go. This is a super long video. I have not put one out this long. It's so long. Not one with me face to face to you guys. But I'm gonna go. Make sure you subscribe if you like this type of video, or if you like whatever kinds of videos I put out. You know, you can look back and see. I'm not really doing the animal ones or the garden ones, especially not the garden ones right now. The garden is gone because of the time of the year. But if you like this type of video, or any of the videos like planner related or whatever, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload, which I try to upload daily. And also leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. If I have confused you in any way, please let me try to clarify things for you. Let me try to help you, because that is the whole purpose of why I started this crazy YouTube thing almost 3 years ago, is to try to help other people to save money, save time, and save their sanity just a tiny bit, even though I'm insane. And just leave me a comment down below to say, woman, you're crazy. This is nuts. I'm not going to spend 8 to 10 hours to do this. I'm not going to do it. You can tell me that too. I don't mind. Because it's your own business what you do. Make sure you like if you like the video, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much again for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.